things first, you gotta look for the spark. That bit of magic way deep down in your heart. It's the rhythm that connects us. When you find it, yeah, no, that's a great start. Hey! You gotta follow your beat, and then soon you will see. You won't have that far to go until your song starts to grow. All you need is your beat. All you need is your groove. Hey, come on! To get them stomping their hooves. And then the next thing you'll know, imagination will flow. All you need is your beat. All you need is your beat. Had my head in the clouds, but now I Pegasus. Glowing hooves of the earth, my own knees. Unicorn lights beneath the trees. We're not just one. It's you and me. Ponies living large. In unity, all you need is your beat.
Yes, everything's gonna be just fine.
The newly crowned Princess Twilight Sparkle soared above the alabaster spires of Canterlot, her broad wings catching the wind as if she'd been born in the skies. Raucous cheers and stomped applause echoed up from below as she took an aerial victory lap around the lofty capital. All was well. The festivities lasted well into the night, with Twilight and her friends and family the center of every pony's delighted attention. Music and song filled the air, and many a glass was tipped in joyful toasting. With the departure of Princess Luna to attend to the raising of the moon, the guests of honor retired for the night in luxurious chambers in the royal palace. Several hours later, on the highest balcony of the palace, Princess Luna opened her eyes. She was standing with her legs firmly planted and her head turned toward the huge full moon she'd raised earlier. Her horn was blazing. Her ageless heart pounded, and her immortal lungs fought for breath. Sweat shone on her dusky hide. Like her royal sister, Luna had no need to sleep, or eat, or drink, doing so merely as an affectation. In years past, she had survived for 10 centuries bound on the moon, with frustration and boredom far greater threats than starvation and thirst. But every night for the past week, she had focused her magic and sought to explore the nighttime imaginings of her sleeping subjects. She'd found herself asleep, and gripped by a dream of her own instead. Luna spread her wings and took to the air, cutting through the sky like a blue-black arrow. Seconds later, she was standing at the edge of Princess Celestia's silken bed. The elder alicorn soon stirred and awoke.
Luna, what's wrong?
Luna's voice slurred with the disorientation of one not quite fully awake.
We must speak. Now.
Celestia was not wearing her enchanted regalia, and without the relics, she was closer to Luna's size and a touch less awesome in demeanor, but no less lovely. She raised her head, her lustrous mane shifting on her pale neck.
The dream again.
Celestia smiled warmly.
Everything is fine. I promise.
Luna flapped her wings huffily.
Visions. It is a vision, a warning. We must find her. We must bring her here. As long as she stands on equestrian soil, we shall prevail.
Celestia frowned, but her eyes carried no anger.
Sis, the legends about those creatures were ancient before founded. It has been countless generations since one was even rumored to have come to our world. What makes you think—
Please!
Luna surged forward until her face was inches from Celestia's,
There is no time to lose. We have to send somebody to find her.
Celestia drew back in alarm, but then settled down and gave her sibling a silent, appraising look.
Today was a wonderful day for us. For Equestria. There wasn't the slightest hint of any trouble. What aren't you telling me?
Luna looked away. She bit her lip.
There are secrets in the dark that the light never touches, Celestia. I see things you don't.
She folded her wings and hung her head.
I need you to trust me on this. Please.
Celestia watched the gentle flowing of her sister's translucent, star-speckled mane for a long moment before moving closer to nuzzle her neck.
I do trust you, Luna. I do. If you're so sure it's important, we can talk about deciding on some pony to go and find this creature and bring her back.
Thank you, sister.
Luna nuzzled Celestia back, but her eyes were troubled and distant. The volcano was wreathed in acrid ashen smoke, filtering the early morning light and casting all colors in muted shades of gray. The only brightness came from the orange glow of the magma in the crater's core. On the volcano's rim, a dark figure stood, staring down at the molten rock. The elderly ram's emaciated frame was ill-suited even to the task of supporting the black-hooded cloak that covered it. Only his curling blue-black horns were visible.
Yes, certainly will. I asked for an army, and an army I have. Muck from a battlefield's blood-soaked soil, nectar of a full-grown lashing flume, fungus fed of a black rock oil, a tainted sea's unwholesome spume, a scrap of pickled hydra skin.